Hi, my name is Zoe. I'm the Tipsy Psychic, and I'm really excited today because we're going to discuss compatibilities with your zodiac sign. I am making this video in response to all of the questions I keep getting on my Instagram, on my comment section, on my Facebook, on my email about compatibilities and whether your sign is more compatible with another sign, or what is your best match, what is your soulmate, or which signs you should steer clear of. So today I want to address all of that. A lot of what I am going to say today are things that I've already mentioned throughout my videos and to other people, but I think I needed to make an entire video about it because it was just something that seems to be on everyone's mind. It seems to be like such a pressing thing. I mean, who doesn't want to find true love, right? And also, let me remind you that I am posting every single compatibility video for you. So every time I get a request about whether I'm posting a new video about this compatibility with this sign, just know that I am posting them all, but I can't do them all at once. So I have an order that I'm going in. So I'm sorry if I haven't gotten to yours yet. I will, but I just have to go in order because if not, I will go crazy and I'm already pretty out there. Oh yeah. So next time you ask me about it, I will either direct you to this video or I probably won't respond because it's just not productive of me. I should be making these videos for you, not wasting my time answering questions that I've already answered over and over again. Okay, now that that's done, let's talk about how to find your perfect match. Also, please watch the entire video before you comment. I'm gonna go through a lot of different things and I don't want you to jump to any conclusions until it's over. Everyone wants to find love. In one way or another, everyone wants to find the one. They want to find their soulmate. They want to find their twin flame. They want to find true love. And that is so valid and that is so awesome. And man, I hope everyone does. If it's not in this lifetime, I hope they find it in the next one. But love is love and love is fabulous. And we all want to know which person is best for us. Okay, but every relationship has its ups and downs, you feel me? Like every single relationship. A good relationship is one that requires some work. It's all fine and dandy to find the one, but you gotta be able to put some effort in it. You both are gonna face challenges, no matter who you are, no matter how compatible you are going to face some ups and downs. That is life. And honestly, it makes your relationship 10 times stronger, or it fucks it up. But at the same time, this is so awesome, right? Because it means that there is no best match. Astrology is not a yes or no system. It's a powerful tool that helps you understand your relationship and how to navigate your love life. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Any website, blog, YouTube video, magazine, book that tells you that your soulmate is this one sign is bullshitting you. It is total BS. Let me repeat that. BS. Bullshit. Any site that tells you that is lying to you. Sorry to burst your bubble, y'all. If you're a Capricorn and you really want to date an Aquarius, but places are telling you that is not the sign for you, you should be dating another Earth sign or something like that, log out right away. Close your laptop, throw it at the wall. Okay, maybe not that, but just know that it is complete BS. If you see anywhere telling you that this sign is better with this sign, bullshit. You know why? Well, I'm gonna list a lot of reasons why, but anywhere that says that really doesn't understand astrology. We all have individual charts and we can all get them for free, by the way, online. I'll post a link below. You can get your chart for free, and it tells you so much more. Most of us have some kind of idea of what our sun sign is. I'm a Gemini, you know? But each of our charts has its own placements of planets, of houses, of aspects, of signs. Just everything is connected so beautifully. I'm not saying your sun sign isn't important, but your sun sign should never be just read on its own. My videos are just a taste of your relationship. It's a taste of what could be. It is not at all everything. It is not the answer. It is not telling you to go with this person or that person. It is listing some things that these sun signs have in common or don't have in common and how they interact. And it's allowing you to navigate those waters, the relationship, love waters, okay? It's saying that if you want to dive in, here's some stuff you could know. But if you want to learn more, if you want to really uncover your relationship, then you're going to have to dig a little deeper, because we are not a set of traits. We are not surface level people. We are individual souls, and how we merge and how we love so different. Sun sign astrology is really bad, guys, because it's really not taking into account everything. And I know I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying that, but I definitely have to acknowledge that these videos that I make, they're really good, right? They are a good start, but there's so much more to relationships, and some things don't resonate with you in my videos, and that's probably because there are other signs involved. There are other planets and placements, you know? What if one planet is square another planet, and in another chart, that same planet is opposite that planet? Do you guys know what that means? It's important for you to find out, is my point. So here's the thing. If you have seen one of my videos and you really want to learn more about your relationship, then it is time to take a dive into your natal charts, into your chart readings. Like, it's time. If you are serious about discovering your relationship and really incorporating astrology into that, then it is up to you to really get into reading your entire charts. Your sun sign is your identity, but your moon, it's your emotional nature. It's what you're sensitive to. It's your inner world. And your rising sign is the lens that you view the world through. It's how others see you. It's how you tackle things and you take on the world. Imagine how powerful that is for your relationship, right? Your Mars shows you where your passions are. It shows you how you express them, where you are in them, what parts of your life they flourish in. Don't you think that's important? And your Saturn shows you where your boundaries are. And if you ask me, boundaries are a fundamental part of any relationship. Mercury shows you what you communicate about and how you go about it. And where these planets are located on your chart really tells you what areas of your life they express themselves, where they show up. For example, my Venus is in the 5th house, which is also the house of fun. It's the house of debauchery, pleasure, enjoyment. It can also be the house of children. But it says a lot about what I'm attracted to, what I desire, where my sparks ignite, right? It also tells me a lot about what type of person I'm attracted to, what they have to bring to the table. My Mercury is in the house of marriage and partnership. It's in that love house, making communication and verbal stimulation extremely important for me, especially when it comes to connecting with my partner. I need to be able to converse with my partner. I need to be able to have thoughts and discussions with them and connect with them. And it's in Gemini, which makes it even more of a thing. Like, it's even more of a focal point in my life. My sun sign and my moon sign are both in the 6th house, which is the house of health and healing and service and skill development and mastery, you know, which makes health a huge priority for me. And so automatically, that is a part of my identity. That is a part of my healing, my soul path, you know? So when I find my soulmate, they have to be able to be down with that. They have to be a part of that reality. And so everything your chart tells you, it tells you where your battles are going to be. It tells you where your boundaries are most, where you feel most constricted or reserved, where you feel like you can express yourself the most. For example, my boyfriend is a Libra rising. Now, that's a tricky one for me because it means that he's really indecisive sometimes. That's the imbalanced side of Libra, right? So when he's not at his best, it means that he can never choose. But it also means that he's very level-headed and he's able to remain objective at times when I get very carried away and very biased about things. And he's also very earthy, the Virgo sun, the Taurus moon. We both have Taurus moons. Oh my God, that is super powerful, guys, because it really shows how we both share this inner world. We're very similar on that level. The way we act when we're with each other, emotionally, how we feel deep down. This is really connected. And so my point is, Gemini and Virgo, they have their ups and downs, but we both have the same moon. What does that mean? You know, it's time to figure it out. So get a synastry chart reading or a composite chart reading. And I know I'm not promoting my services. I'm not currently offering these things. Maybe I will someday, but right now I'm not in my life. So I'm just saying there are also plenty of books you can get to learn this stuff, to do your own research. I am just encouraging you to be your own detectives and to not use astrology as a way to be like, is this person good or bad? Take a load off your shoulders. Don't undermine the powers of astrology that way. So please don't be discouraged. If anything, this should free you from the idea that one person is better than the other person for you. If anything, this means that you can find whoever you want and use astrology and work with astrology to make your relationship so beautiful no matter who you are. Amateur astrologers are always saying this kind of thing, this sun sign astrology. Sun signs are really important, they are, but you can't jump to any conclusions like that. It's just a sliver of what your relationship could be. And here's another reason why you guys are completely off when you ask me this stuff. Just because you have a chart doesn't mean you are following your chart. Yeah, I mean, we naturally embody some things we can't help it, you know? But there is also a choice you can make. You can choose whether or not you want to follow these charts, these placements. You can choose. Chances are the person you're crushing on is not in a place in their life where they're even following their chart. And therefore, it's invalid. So the point is, it's a tool to figure your shit out. It's not a tool to determine whether a person or not is like best for you, because chances are that person isn't following their chart at all and you're just there thinking, oh my God, I'm not compatible with that person, but I really like that person. And that's so dumb. It's so dumb, sorry, but it's so stupid. It just doesn't make sense, because your chart is like a map, you know, and you're following this path. And the more you discover about your map, the easier it is to make the right, tune it the right way and act a certain way, or, develop your life and progress in a way that makes you feel satisfied and good. It helps you understand why you might do certain things or why you might sway in certain directions. But that doesn't mean that you are doing it. Actually, I'm the perfect... I've said this before in videos. I'm the perfect example, because I am a twin and I have the exact same chart as my brother, and we are exactly the same. Like, if you look at the chart, every degree is basically the same, And so it's like, you can find tons of different ways to explain it. But the truth is, we have the same chart, and we embody it differently. We're very different people. So the way that your potential partner is embodying their chart may be very different from what you think. And you really, instead of using it as a way to as a divination method to figure out when you're gonna meet your potential partner. I mean, yeah, there's also like, you know, different types of astrology where you can predict things more, but instead of using it as a, ooh, when are you gonna find your true love? Use it as a, oh, why does he or she do this? And what can I do about it? How can I better understand them? And what areas of their life are they obviously feeling restricted in so that I can understand why they're doing these certain things? And how can I respond to that? And what kind of partner can I look for? You know what I mean? Like, it has nothing to do with like who you're best suited for. That's so bullshit. So dumb. You are your own person. It is completely up to you whether you decide to take on your chart. You are not a set of traits. Like, it's so, when you think about it, it's so disrespectful towards yourself and other people when you do that. When you define yourself by your sun sign or by a certain aspect, yeah, there are natural tendencies that you might take on. Or I am done like responding to that, because the thing is, it's just so ridiculous. You're a human being. You have free will. Astrology doesn't make you do stuff. You do it. Astrology is that tool. It's that map that helps guide you. But you can go wherever the fuck you want to go. You know what I mean? Like, you can go and travel all over the world, but you're just not traveling the map that you were given. Okay? So the point is, that map might really help you get to the places you want to go and help you be in a really good place in your life and flourish. But it doesn't mean you have to follow it. No. And you also have to understand that every sign has its dark sides. And by that I mean we're all seeking a sort of balance. And so every sign, you hear about these bad traits. And it's not actually like, they don't actually have bad traits, okay? Like, we hear a lot about, for example, Virgo. We hear a lot of things like how they're critical or perfectionist, or these are certain things that happen when a sign is imbalanced. But it's not really something that always happens when you are a Virgo. You know what I mean? So Taurus can get really rigid at times or set in their ways. But that's when they are focused too much on the material plane. And there's ways to navigate out of that. It is not this black and white type of vision. It's not this weird this or that personality. And anyone who says, oh, I don't like Geminis, or I get that a lot from people, or I don't tend to like any of the Leos that I meet, things like that. That is total bullshit too, because the truth is, we're not one sign. Chances are, in your chart, it says a lot about why you feel that way about that one sign. I go to these New York astrology meetups quite often. And I mean, I haven't been doing it during the quarantine, but there was one time when this guy's like, well, I feel like Geminis really suck. Every time I feel like they're two-faced and I feel like they're lying. So the astrologer who was reading the chart, and he asked to see the guy's chart who had said that. And he looked at the chart and he said, oh, no wonder you feel that way. This is how you feel about people who are like Geminis, who act this way, or maybe you have some trust issues, or you tend to run in with a different crowd, or stuff like that. Like, it really reflects in your chart. Everything does. So when I didn't know anything about astrology, I said the same thing. I said, I don't really like Libras very much. But it turns out that I have a really awesome placement in Libra, and my boyfriend is a Libra rising, and I had no idea. You know what I mean? So once I learned about astrology, I realized, whoa, I can't actually hate any of the signs, because I am all the signs. I embody all the signs, and they show up differently in my chart. So next time you are trying to hate on a sign or say, oh, well, that one, I've dated that one over and over again, chances are, if you have dated this sign over and over again and you don't like them, you know what I mean, and you've had bad experiences with them, it says more about you. That means that you should look at your chart and understand why that pattern is occurring, why you tend to not enjoy the company of these people. Look at what areas of your life, or whether you have trust issues, or what type of people you tend to be attracted to. If you tend to like date Cancers and you always break up and get heartbroken with them, then that says a lot about you, not the Cancer. You know what I mean? Don't focus on what they bring to the table. Obviously, you have an issue that you need to look at. You need to look at why this pattern is occurring. You need to look at where this is coming from. It's less about them. It's more your problem. And I think people don't get that. They're like, no, it's definitely them. They suck. Like, I've dated all of them and they suck all the time. That is impossible. I'm not disregarding your experience with them, but I'm saying they are all so unique and such different souls. They have different charts. It is impossible for you to just not get along with every single one of them and it be their fault. It says more about you than them, you feel me? But then again, it's up to you guys to actually put in the work and do it and find a way to work together and be compatible. You know what I mean? Some of the most powerful relationships are the hard ones. They're tough, but they are so worth it. So treat yourselves with more respect. If you are disregarding someone because they are a certain sign and a certain set of traits that you tend to not get along with, that is so demeaning. We have more depth than that. No one is that surface level, guys. There is no bad placement. Every good astrologer knows that yeah, there are certain aspects that are seen as good or bad because they're not simple. They're not easy. Sometimes there's tension or oppositions, but that should not mean that you can't work through it. You're people, you're human beings. This isn't like a thing. Like, this is your blueprint, but you build on it. You do what you need to do. So the other day on Instagram, I got this message. I told this girl I was gonna mention it, but I'm not gonna say any names or anything. But she was like, I was in a good relationship with this guy and he was really into astrology, and I think what we had was really, really good. And I wasn't as into astrology as him. And he broke up with me because he said that our signs weren't compatible. And she was feeling really sad because she thought, oh my God, is there something wrong with me? This really irks me when people break up with someone because they don't match their sun sign. That is such a dick move. Like, what a jerk, you know? And I told her that for someone who is so passionate and into astrology, who would actually like break up with someone over it, he obviously doesn't understand astrology at all. If he really understood astrology, he would understand that astrology doesn't work that way. You don't just like find the perfect match or who is more compatible. It is so sad that people do that. And I mean, my heart goes out to this girl because it's like so hurtful, you know? It's so demeaning too. Also, what I mentioned to her was, and I'm gonna mention this to you too because it's super valid, love is bigger than astrology. Love is fucking amazing. We wouldn't need astrology if it weren't for love. Love is not something that your natal chart or your stars can even like control, okay? You're not on this like, love is this force to be reckoned with. And even if you are told you're not compatible with this person, or there are so many ups and downs, if you're really in love, that shouldn't matter at all. It shouldn't. People have made it work, and using astrology as a tool to make it work is even better. But for people not to even try, and for people to overlook the fact that love is this awesome force of nature that nobody can fuck with, not even astrologers, okay? Not even astrology. Love is bigger than that. Astrology just sheds light on these things, but it does not control it. So please, 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 educate yourself. Don't waste your time trying to find the perfect sign. You could be using that time finding your soulmate and learning how to make it work with them. Instead of like just wasting your time browsing the internet, browsing the newspapers, looking at your horoscopes, fuck that. And because love is so powerful and your sign really doesn't matter that much in the end, based on everything I've told you, don't talk about astrology on your first date unless you're dating an astrologer. You know what I mean? Like, don't bring up astrology and start making it the biggest thing. If I dated someone and they kept talking to me about like my sign and my compatibility, it would be a complete red flag for me. And I'm into astrology, so get that. Like, if someone does that, it's so disrespectful. You're not actually getting to know the person. You just care about the sun signs, and you're putting all this weight and importance in it when really you could be getting to know your partner. Everything I talk about in my compatibility videos are tendencies. They are things that your sun sign tends to do when they interact with this other sign. And it might be something completely out of character because maybe that sign brings out that energy. But it's really up to you to decide whether that is going to come to fruition. I take a lot of pride in my videos that I make about compatibilities between different signs. And as I mention a lot of the ups and the downs and different ways that you can be aware or navigate certain things. And sometimes it might come across in a way that one of you disagrees with or doesn't like, just things you don't really want to hear, and that's understandable. My style is just to like throw things out there. I don't really care too much about how I deliver it. That's just how I am, and that's actually a very Taurus Gemini of me. So my goal is not to like make your day with it or make you super happy. My goal is to deliver the knowledge that I know. I don't really care about what order I do it in. Sometimes it's all over the place. Obviously, a lot of people don't have the time or the desire to really look at their chart, you know. They would rather just read whatever they find and watch YouTube videos on it. And that's what I'm doing here for you. I'm trying to do my best to give you informative videos. It may not always be what you want to hear, but I do my best to list the ups and downs and the things that I know about these signs together. But you have to keep in mind, after watching this video especially, I hope you understand that these are tendencies, okay? So when I say a sign doesn't usually get married, you know, marriage usually doesn't work out for this sign. It's not me saying it will never work out. It's a done deal, okay? Because I think a lot of people get that wrong. Relationships, first of all, are about the journey, you know? It's not about whether or not you get married. Some people will find that marriage is very important to them, and that's okay. But this is just the tendency that these two signs play out. Like, these are just the way things usually go, especially when they aren't aware of astrology, when they don't know that they have this wonderful way of navigating their relationship. So keep in mind that, yeah, this might be how a lot of these signs go when they're together. Like, they act a certain way, or maybe they take on certain tendencies. But remember, you are all your own people, and it's really up to you. If you aren't happy with my answers, then it's on you to like look into your chart and figure it out. But I really appreciate all your support and love, and I definitely want to keep making these for you, and I will make all of them. Expect yours to come out soon, and if you watched this far, thank you so much for watching, and I really want to hear what you have to say. I mean, did you know you had a whole chart? Have you ever gotten a relationship reading done? Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And I really hope that you keep commenting on my compatibility videos and you let me know what you think and your stories, because that's how I learn. You know what I mean? I have a lot of different places that I get my information from, but a lot of it has to do with what I know of people and their relationships and how they usually add up and stuff like that. So when I see your comments, it really helps me figure things out and sort of understand the relationship better, because I'm not in your shoes. Anyway, sorry to burst your bubble. Yeah, bye.